गाइस सॉरी, आज मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा बुक रीड बिकॉज आई हैव एन practical tomorrow at 8:30 and it's currently 1 a.m. So कर ही लेता हूँ यार। यार कर ही लेता हूँ। फटाफट करूँगा जरूर। ओके भाई साहब, पहली बार कर पेज नंबर 41 हो गया। पेज नंबर 44 अच्छा ना 49 तक पढ़ना। दिस आर and yet at this hour you are the only person in the world on whom I can rely, and the historians doubt whether he could rely even on her. Alfred Adler, the famous Viennese psychologist, wrote a book entitled What Life Should Mean to You. In that book, he says it is the individual who is not interested in his fellow man who has the greatest difficulties in life and provides the greatest injury to others. It is from among such individuals that all human failures spring. You may read scores of erudite tomes on psychology without coming across a statement more significant for you and for me. Adler's statement is so rich with the meaning that I am going to repeat it in italics. It is the individual who is not interested in his fellow man, who has the greatest difficulties in life and provides the greatest inquiry to others. It is from among such individuals that all human failures spring. I was doing a course in short story writing at New York. During that course, the editor of a leading magazine talked to our class. He said he could pick up any one of the dozens of stores that drifted across his desk every day, and after reading a few paragraphs, he could feel whether or not the author liked people. If the author doesn't like people, he said people who like his was with his hard-boiled editor stopped twice in the course of his talk in fiction writing. Apologized for preaching a sermon. I'm telling you, he said, same thing you preacher would tell you, but remember you have to be interested in people if you want to be successful. If that is true of writing fiction, you can be sure it's true of dealing with people face to face. I spent an evening in the dressing room of Howard Thurston the last time he appeared on Broadway. Thurston was the acknowledged dean of magicians for 40 years. He had traveled all over the world time and again, creating illusions, mystifying audiences, and making people gasp with astonishment. More than 60 million people had paid admission to his show. He made almost $2 million in profit, and I asked Mr. Thurston to tell me the secret of his success. His schooling certainly had nothing to do with it, for he ran away from home as a small boy, became a hobo, rode in boxcars, slept in haystacks, begged his food from door to door, and learned to read by looking out of boxcars at signs along the railway. Did he have a superior knowledge of magic? No. He told me hundreds of books he had been written about leather and scores of people knew as much as it is hearing. But he had two things that the others didn't have. First, he had the ability to put his personality across the four slides. He was a master showman. He knew human nature. Everything he did, everything gesture, every tonation of his voice, every lifting of an eyebrow had been carefully rehearsed in advance. Reactions were timed to split seconds, but in addition to that, Thurston had a genuine interest paper. He told me that many musicians would look at the audience and say to themselves, well, there's a bunch of suckers out there, bunch of hacks, I'll fool them all right. Thurston method was totally different. Told me that every time he went to studies at I'm grateful because people come to they make it possible for me to make my living. I'm grateful for everything in a very agreeable way. Going to give them the best I possibly can. He declared he never stepped in front of the footlights without fussing to himself over and over. I love my orders, I love my orders. Ridiculous, absurd, you have realized think anything you like. I'm merely passing it on to you without comment as a recipe used by one of the famous musicians of all of our George Dyke of Northern Pennsylvania was forcibly retired from his service station business after 30 years. When a new highway was constructed over the site of his station, it wasn't long before the ideal days of retirement began to bore him, so he started filling in his time trying to play on his own fiddle. Soon he was traveling the area to listen to music and talk with many of the accomplished fiddlers. His humble and friendly way, he became generally interested in learning the background and interest of every musician he met. Although he is not a great fiddler himself, he made friends at the pursuit. He attended competition and soon became known in the country music fans in the eastern part of the culture of the fiddler scraper for Kinzua County. When we heard Uncle George, he was 72 and enjoying even every minute of his life. By having a sustained interest in other people, he created a new life for himself. At a time when most people consider their productive years over, there too was one of the secrets of Theodore Roosevelt. Inspiration for me, even his servant loved him. He is one of the discovered from personal experience that one can win the attention and time cooperation of one of the most sought after people who become genuine. Let me illustrate. Years ago, I conducted a course in fiction writing at the Brooklyn Stewards as a such busy authors as Kathleen Norris, Fanny Hurst, Darwin Albert Bryson, Terran, to become to Brooklyn and give us the benefit of their experience. So we wrote them saying we admired their work and were deeply interested in getting their advice and learning the secrets of their success. Each of these letters was signed by about 150 students. We said we realized that these authors were busy to prepare a lecture, so we enclosed a list of questions for them to answer themselves and their methods of work. They liked it. Who would not liked it? So they left their homes and traveled to Brooklyn to give us a helping hand. By using the same method, I persuaded Leslie M. Shaw, Secretary of Treasury in Theodore Cabinet, have Wickersham, Attorney General Taft Cabinet, William Jennings Bryan, Franklin D. Roosevelt, and many other prominent men to come to talk to us of my courses in public scale. All of us workers in a factory, clerks in an office, or even a king upon his throne. All of us like people who admire us. Take the take the German Kaiser for at the close of the World War when he was probably the most savagely and universally despised man on the earth. Even his own nation turned against him when he fled over into Holland to save his neck. The hatred against him was so intense that millions of people would have loved to tear him limb from limb or burn him at the stake. In the midst of our first fire fury, one little boy wrote the Kaiser a simple, sincere letter glowing with kindness. Abbe yaar. 44 बच्चा नो since a letter glowing with kindness and admiration, this little boy said For that, the story would have all the way and Isabel the Kaiser was deeply touched by his letter and wanted the little boy to come see him. The boy came back to Saudi's mother. I get out of breath while speaking so much. I don't know why. The Kaiser married her. That little boy didn't need to read a book on how to win friends. He knew how instinctively if he forgot to. Before I think that required, let's put ourselves out to do things. I think my time and answer and thought when the Duke of Windsor was Prince of Wales, he was carried to South America before he started out on the West Indies studying Spanish so that he would make public talks in language of the country. And South Americans loved him for it for years. For years I made it as a person. This point he had to find out the birthdays of any friends. Oh, Lord, the foggiest bit of faith in this will began by asking the but I believe that all bad to be the character. As you will tell about that dispose. His wife's back was around down there when the birth letter transferred to a brother at the beginning of which had his birthday that scheduled him back in the so that they came to match without even the net. Later there was my letter on telling her what a little hit it made us being the only person who remember what to back for I agreed with both animation and enthusiasm when somebody calls you on the telephone with the same thing I say hello in tones that be speak how pleased you are. The person for many companies train their telephone operator to greet all callers in a tone voice that radiates and the caller feels the company is concerned about them. Just remember that when we answer the telephone tomorrow, showing a genuine interest that not only wins friends for you, how but may develop on its customer loyalty to your company in any show of the publication of the National Bank of North America of New York. The following letter from Madeline Boss. Rosedale, a deposit was probably I would like you to know how much I appreciate your staff. It was so courteous, polite, and helpful. What a guest, what a pleasure it is. After waiting a long line to have the tailor great to please leave. Last year, my mother was hospitalized for 5 months. Frequently, I went to Mary particular tell her she was concerned about my brother and inquired about her progress. Is there no doubt about that, Mrs. Rosedale will continue with this. Charles R. Walters, one of the large banks in New York City, was assigned to prepare a confidential report on a corporate failure of only one person who possessed the facts in later as Mr. Walter was ushered into prison officer. Young Miss Tucker head through a door and told the president that she didn't have any stamps for him, that collecting stamps for my 12 years on the president was Eagle Public page number 49 done.